Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. If you are new, hi, my name is Shanny. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So I'm on the way to do a wedding, and I told you guys that I would be vlogging, and I'm going to try my best to vlog. So it's like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm on my way out the door. I have to finish packing stuff into my kit. I mean, everything was packed up, but last night I fell asleep without washing my towels. Well, drying my towels, so they're in the dryer still, and hopefully they are dry. But yeah, everything is packed. Let me show y'all. All right, this is the suitcase with like all the extra stuff. And then this is my kit with all of the makeup in it. So everything is here. Here's my light, Beats pill. I'm bringing that extra phone, tripods, and I think there's some extra stuff in there too. And this is my chair. So yeah, this is everything that I'm lugging with me. Going with Chastity and Mo. So yeah. All right, so Chastity is on her way. I'm trying to show you guys my fit. I'm just wearing this. I wear this to the gym, but I also like to wear it when I have clients. Just this jacket, I got it from Ross, and then these leggings, and then I have on some sneakers that I'll probably show you guys. But yeah, this is how your girl's looking. Got the little ponytail out. But yeah, Chastity's on her way, so I need to get my stuff out the dryer. Got the towels and pretty much dry, so that's a good thing. Y'all are sitting behind a pile of clothes. Fresh towels. Put that over there. All right, now I am ready to go. I'm also going to be carrying my bag, and I probably should put my banana in here. Hold please. Or maybe I should just hold it. No, I'm gonna put it in my bag. And then of course, I have my mask.
Can you see like that back here? Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. Okay, I think everything's good.
Is your trunk closed?
Yeah.
Give me 1 minute, but I am gonna have 3 separate orders.
Okay.
Well, on the first one, let me. What would you get?
I want a honey almond milk flat white grande with a blueberry scone. There you go.
Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm sorry. It's early for us. Let me get a honey. Go ahead, Monique.
Almond milk flat white
Honey almond milk flat white.
grande.
We can make that, but we'll have to use regular honey instead of the honey milk.
Dang. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I have a lot of syrup.
Oh, do y'all have caramel?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's all that matters.
Dang. Well, let me get a caramel macchiato.
Let me get a grande caramel macchiato.
Almond milk.
Almond milk.
You messed it up.
That's the first. That's it on first order.
Oh, and the blueberry scone. Y'all got that?
And a blueberry scone.
Scone.
What is that?
What?
I don't know if that's my
Am I on TV? And what about the Impossible breakfast sandwich?
Yes.
I'll get that.
Okay, so that's on the first order.
And
Is that it for the first one?
Yeah, that's it.
And that was 11.45.
Okay. The second one, you said okay.
iced matcha.
Huh?
Iced matcha.
Let me get an ice matcha.
Made with, do they have oat milk?
Do y'all have oatmeal?
Oat milk.
Oh, oats. So do y'all have oat?
Everyone calls it oat.
Okay, do y'all have oatmeal? I mean,
Milk. What you say?
Do you want espresso shots in it?
No, because it's on me. Go to that. That's why I said. That's why I just got a matcha.
So we're just gonna do a ice matcha with your
Yes.
Oh.
Which,
Yeah, what size?
Grande.
Grande. Light ice.
Okay.
I promise you, we're not that difficult in real life.
And a banana nut bread. Warmed.
And a banana nut bread warm.
Okay.
Okay, last one. This is mine, girl. Let me get the bacon Gouda. And do y'all have that? Y'all do?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then let me get a grande caramel ribbon crunch with extra caramel.
Damn. Kitty girl.
I hope this tastes right. I don't think she's gonna make it right.
That's because you should have went in if you want all that. I don't. The ice macchiato with drizzle. Give me your cards. Wait, somebody, Monique, pay for mine. I cash app because my bag is underneath all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
I cash app you right now.
You traveling?
Yes, you can see all of our makeup stuff in the back. Yes, we are traveling. And then the first one and the third one is going to be on this card.
Okay. Where are you traveling to?
Raleigh for a wedding. You said what? We stopped in. Shanny made us stay at the gate for 15 minutes.
Child, I did not hear that phone ring.
I was mad. We was at her gate for 15 minutes.
I was already had my stuff outside.
I don't know. We're going to get there when we get like an hour.
Dang, I don't want to give up my shoes.
Your
My
shoes?
Crocs. They're hot pink.
Man, ain't nobody worried about if we... Look, whose is this?
Which one's that, man?
That's the first order?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sure. Mom, I think mine was 11.
Nut bread.
Thank you.
Bacon Gouda.
Going up.
It's I'm most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase. You'll try to come back when you fail. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not bad. You wanna get with me, stop.
I guess we're here. Like
Most of these things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase. You wanna hear me out when you make it. You tryna come back when you're famous. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not basic. You wanna get with me, stop. Those on this side, those over on this side. Hey, told me about all your insecurities for what? Drag me like 2 hours to your family's house for what? Said you need some time, but I should stick around for what? Always felt like sticking around's the same as being stuck. That's that shit that drives me crazy. And like guns with the ink in, yeah, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing, had a nigga convinced, got me too excited. Yeah, you played me. You wanna get with me, stop it.
Okay, I think this is the perfect time to like kind of pop in and explain and talk just a little bit. I know I got a message on my YouTube stories about how I market myself and just advice for beginners, and I will get to that. But I just want to explain how we prepared for this wedding, how I even got this wedding, and just like talk to you guys a little bit about me as a makeup artist outside of YouTube. I didn't get this job by myself. Monique actually got this job, and then Monique asked Chastity if she would help out, and then Chastity ended up asking me. Now I know these two ladies from MAC. We all worked at MAC Cosmetics together, so that's how we know each other, and that's why I was comfortable with doing the job with them. And I know it was going to be good vibes because when we all worked at MAC together, it was a family, and there was no jealousy. There was nobody trying to, it was no like petty stuff going on at the counter at all. It was all family oriented, and I know it was going to be good vibes. I wasn't busy that day. I wasn't booked that day, so I ended up taking the job. So that's how I got this job. So once we all knew that we were going to be doing this wedding together, we got on the phone and figured out what we were going to be putting on them, because we wanted to be prepared. Because when it comes to weddings, sometimes it's all over the place, emotions are running high. It just be a lot going on when it comes to weddings, especially if the bridal party is big. So we just wanted to make sure we had everything locked and loaded. You get what I'm saying? So we decided to go with the Warms Neutral palette from MAC, which I think is discontinued. For our lighter beauties, we decided to use Saddle in the transition for a transition, brown down to deepen up the crease, and then a nice champagne shimmery color in the Warms Neutral palette on the eyelid. And that's what we did on all of the bridesmaids. I'm not sure what Monique did on the bride, her daughter, the mothers, and some of her friends. I'm not sure what Monique did on her, but I know me and Chastity, we decided on using the Warm Neutral palette on every single bridesmaids so that everybody had the same exact look and the same exact color. Now with the transition color, we did switch it up a little bit. If the bridesmaid was a little deeper in complexion, we would use brown script, but with the lighter beauties, we use Saddle. So everybody had literally the same exact color. Everybody had the same exact lip. And for the lip color, we decided to do Cork or Chestnut as the lip liner, depending on their complexion. We did this Nikki lipstick that I can't really remember the name of, but I'll try to link it down below in the description box, or list it down below in the description box. And we also put a Becca gloss over it. So everybody had the same exact lip combination, and everybody had the same exact eye. Of course, the complexion was different because everybody isn't the same color, but that's how we got through all of these girls in a timely manner, and we definitely did that. So this was a solid job, even though it was a little bit all over the place. Of course, we run into situations when we're doing makeup, but we got everybody out in a timely manner, and we also enjoyed ourselves while doing it. Moving on to good old marketing, how to market yourself as a makeup artist, how in the world to market yourself as a freelance makeup artist, just marketing yourself in general. Okay, basically what marketing is the act of promoting yourself. Just promote, not even promoting yourself, the act of promoting whatever you're selling or whatever you're doing. Do that. That is marketing. Use Instagram to promote yourself. Post pictures of what you do. Post pictures of what you are selling. If you sell clothes, you need to wear your clothes and promote it on your Instagram. You don't even have to quote unquote promote it, just wear it on your Instagram, and that is marketing. If you are a makeup artist, use Instagram to your advantage. This goes for anybody that has a business, sells a product. If you sell a product or you have a business, you need to be marketing it and promoting it on your Instagram, or you need to figure out a way to market it and show it to the world, because if you're not showing it to anybody, how is anybody going to know what you do? You can basically use anything to market yourself. It's literally endless. Me just having makeup on is a form of me marketing. My clients are a form of marketing because they have the makeup on that I do for them and they're wearing it. If they're wearing it out, somebody may ask, oh, who did your makeup? And they might just tell them, oh, Shanny did my makeup. Bam, there you go. That's a form of marketing right there. Business cards are a form of marketing. I know when I first started out with makeup, I went to like bridal shops and I went to places that sold prom dresses, and I asked to leave my business cards there. That was a form of me marketing my business because it had my name, my number, and it had my email address on there for people to contact me if they needed their makeup done. That was a form of me marketing. I used to do my best friend's makeup in college, and she was a cheerleader. Her face was a part of my marketing because she always had her makeup done, or I always went to do her makeup for her games. Everything that you pretty much do can be a form of you marketing your business or marketing yourself as a makeup artist. You just have to get creative with it and keep doing it consistently. We can go on and on about marketing and the tips that I can give you guys, but we will be here all day. One thing that I will say about marketing yourself though, I recommend staying away from the filters, especially when you post them on your Instagram feed. They're okay for your Instagram story, but when it comes to posting filters on your actual feed, it doesn't make your Instagram look professional. It's not a good representation of what you do, your work, or anything like that, and it lowers the quality of the image. So stick to bright lit pictures, get some good lighting, invest in some good lighting, and high quality footage and pictures. Another tip that I will give when it comes to like marketing or just getting pictures and videos for your Instagram to post, or just trying to market yourself, video everything. Take pictures of everything. Try to sharpen your skills at taking pictures and videos. I have so much content from this day in particular that I'm just going to disperse throughout the months because I have so much content. Also, if you are just starting off in your makeup career, I would highly recommend either going to school, whether that's cosmetology or esthetician, or getting a job at a makeup counter if you're trying to look for more ways to sharpen your skills. I think working at a makeup counter will allow you to come into contact with so many different artists, so many different faces, so many different eye shapes. You will learn if you are putting yourself out there to learn. So if you're at a makeup counter, you have no choice but to learn all of these shades. You have no choice but to learn how to match people because you are coming in contact with so many different nationalities, so many different shades of people. So I think that's one of the best things that I could have done was work at a makeup counter because I touch so many different faces. Don't ever stop learning. Don't ever feel entitled to other people's knowledge because some artists have been in the game for so long and they're just not going to outright give you all of this information. You know, of course you want somebody just to tell you like, how am I supposed to get into the industry? No, just use your gifts. If you're operating in your gift, if you are growing in your gift through your gift is going to give you the keys to get to your next destination. So you just got to keep operating through your talent. You have to sharpen your skills. You can't be lazy. You can't feel entitled. You can't be prideful. You can't feel like you're better than. You have to be humble at the end of the day because everybody starts from the ground up. Of course, some people might have a better starting point than you, but everybody starts from somewhere. So just be humble, be a kind-hearted human being. I didn't say nice, because so I feel like some people get the word nice and kind-hearted confused. I'm definitely not the one that you're gonna run all over, you get me? So be a kind-hearted human being, have great energy, don't be nasty, don't have a rude attitude, don't be cocky, don't be stuck up. None of that. People are gonna come back to you at the end of the day for your personality and how you make them feel. So if you just have a nasty attitude, ain't nobody gonna come back to you, sis, okay? So just do what you do, be a good person, and you'll be good at the end of the day. Keep operating through your talent, keep wanting to learn, and you'll progress and you'll figure it out, because we're all just figuring it out. I'm still trying to figure this out. So yeah, that's my advice, girl. I know it's hard out here. We trying to make it. We all trying to make it, and there is room for everybody. So keep doing your thing. And if you guys have any more questions for me, leave them down in my comment section, and I will answer them with the best of my ability. Moving on to my second client, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a client tutorial, because you guys have always asked me for a client tutorial and I just never done it. But yeah, moving on to my second client of the day. This is actually the previous girl's mother. So yeah, I didn't know that at all until I think my third client, and they told me that they were all related. I was like, oh, definitely didn't know that. But I'm starting off with her brows, of course, because you guys know that I always do brows first. And I'm just defining her arch. I like to start with the bottom half of the brow, outline that part, then I'll go to the top of the brow and define that arch, and then connect the tail to the end of the brow, and then I'll go in and just shade in the brow. Now when it comes to the front of the brow, I don't really like to do too much up there. I just like to brush the product through the brow, and then I'll go to the front of the brow and just flick up hairs to make it look really natural and subtle. Because she doesn't really wear makeup like that, I really wasn't trying to do anything harsh on her at all, and she had freckles, so I was like, oh my gosh, I love freckles. So I wasn't trying to cover up her freckles at all. I went light in the center of her face, but we'll get to that. So for concealer, as you guys saw, I'm using the Too Faced concealer in Latte, and I do feel like I should have went like a little more pink when it came to her concealer, but I did end up correcting it at the end. I didn't really get any footage of that, but I did go back over with a different color powder to calm down the concealer. So as you guys saw, I used the Too Faced concealer in Latte to prime her eyelids and define the bottom half of her arch, and now I'm just going back over it and blending it out with this Morphe brush. I'm not sure of the number because I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'll make sure to link it down below. And I'm just gonna go back through with this brush and blend out the harsh concealer line that's created when you like carve out the eyebrow. To set the concealer on her eyelids, I'm using the Derma Blend loose powder, and I'm just going to set it down with the Sigma, I think it's a Sigma brush, and it's just a teardrop brush that I like to use to set everything. I like to lift the brows up and make sure the powder is getting into the crevices, and I also like to set the brows as well so they don't have a shiny tint to them. Going into her eye makeup for her transition color, I'm using Saddle in a different eyeshadow palette, but it's Saddle from MAC, and I'm using the Morphe JH32 brush to apply her transition shade. And I'm just going to start on the outer corner of her eye and blend inward. And to get my placement right, I'm also lifting up her brows so that I can see where her eye socket orbital bone is, so that I know where to place the eyeshadow. I know she said something about her not having eyelids, but when it comes to her eye shape, I usually just follow where the eye socket is, and that usually just guides me to where I want to put the eyeshadow. And then once I get the eyeshadow on the outer corner of her eye, I just blend it inward to define her crease. For her mobile eyelid color, I'm using the Warms Neutral palette from MAC, and the brush that I'm using is the Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just pressing this eyeshadow into her eyelid in a downward packing motion. And I'm just going to keep building this eyeshadow up until it's at the intensity that I want. And then I'm going to go in and define her outer corner with the Morphe, what brush is this? I think it's the Morphe JH40 brush, and I'm using the color Brown Down from MAC, and I'm just defining her outer corner with that color because it's going to open up her eyes a little bit more and give it that sultry, very nice looking look, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just using Brown Down to deepen her outer corner, and then I'll go in and do some eyeliner. For eyeliner, I'm taking my Morphe M432 brush just to thicken up her lash line a little bit with the eyeliner, and I'm literally just going to take the brush and smudge out her lash line just to thicken it up a little bit. I didn't want to drag on any eyeliner because I didn't want to close off her eyes. I wanted to just be a subtle definition to her eye shape, so that's basically what I did. And I just used the brush to kind of blend it upward and smoke out the liner. Moving on to lashes, one of my favorite parts. Now, I didn't want to go too heavy on the eyelashes because I didn't want to close off her eyes. I wanted a lash that would complement her eye shape and not be too heavy. So I decided on the Kiss lashes, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I just wanted something very subtle, and I didn't want to scare her when it came to lash. So to make sure the lash wasn't too long or too big, I like to put the eyelash on their eyelid and see if it's too long, and if it's hanging off, I clip off the ends of the lash, and I let them hold the fan just so that the glue dries quicker. Now, when I did put this eyelash on her, it was still a little bit too wide for her, so I ended up taking it off camera because you guys will see once I do put the lash on them, or once I do put the lash on her, I told her, like, can you blink your eye? Let me know if it's poking you, because if it's poking your client, that means it's too long. And it's just going to be more uncomfortable throughout the whole entire day. And if they keep blinking, their eyes is going to keep watering and the lash is going to lift. It's just not going to be good. So I tried to adjust the lash, but it still ended up being too long. So I did go in and take off the lash, cut it down a little bit more, and then it was comfortable from there. It wasn't irritating her at all. But I did try to see right here. I was like, maybe it's just not sticking, but I did end up taking it off. So yeah. Moving on to prepping and priming the face, I'm using the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This has SPF in it, and it makes the skin really moisturized and glowy, which is why I went in with this first, because I wanted to make sure she was hydrated and moisturized, because I didn't want anything clinging to her skin. I wanted her makeup to still look youthful. I wasn't trying to accentuate anything, so I like to make sure I go in with a moisturizer and just, let it sink into her skin. The brush that I'm using is the MAC 190 brush to apply this primer. And then once I feel like the primer has settled into the skin, I'm going to go in with a second primer that's going to help with the longevity of the makeup. This is the Pure Canvas primer, and it's a mattifying primer, so I'm mainly going to focus this primer in the center of her face and around her mouth area, because it was hot this day. She was going to be outside, I think, for this wedding, so I wanted to make sure the makeup wasn't going to melt off, and I didn't know if they were going to be wearing a mask, so I just wanted to make sure her makeup was as bulletproof as I can make it. Makeup isn't bulletproof, by the way. It's going to move regardless, but I like to make sure it at least stays into place. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place foundation sticks. Don't really know the name of the color. I'm not going to even try, but I did scrape it off and put it on my palette to apply it to her face with the Fenty 125 face brush. And I love this brush for applying foundation. The foundation stick looked beautiful on her skin. Like I said, I didn't want to cover up her freckles too much. I still wanted them to show through her makeup. So going in with a foundation stick and then shearing it out was beautiful. Even though I went heavy with the concealer, her foundation match was really good, and it still showed her skin through the makeup. Well, it still showed her freckles through the makeup. Moving on to highlighting and sculpting the face, I'm using the Too Faced concealer in Latte. Like I said, this was a bit too yellow, so I probably should have did like more of a pink concealer, but like I said, I ended up changing it. Well, not changing it, I ended up dulling it down after I stopped filming, before they left. So I'm just using this concealer for her under eyes. I'm also going to take it on the bridge of her nose, and then I'm going to kind of do some reverse contouring under her cheekbones to sculpt out her face. I'm using this, what brush is this? I'm using the Morphe E62 brush to blend out her under eyes, like right up against her lash line. And I just really like this brush because it really works for blending out concealer and blending everything out in the crevices. And then I'm going to take the foundation brush and make sure the concealer is blending into her face. So I'm basically just using the foundation brush and the foundation that's on the foundation brush to blend everything together. So right here, I'm just taking the concealer down and sculpting out her face. I also took some of it on her chin. And to apply this concealer, I'm using the MAC 190 brush, and of course going back in with the Fenty foundation brush to blend everything out. To set her under eyes, I'm going in with the Dermablend loose setting powder, and the brush that I'm using is the Sigma F35 brush, and I just like to press this in under her eyes, and then I'll bring it down around her nose and then around her mouth area. And then I'm going to take another brush and just set her whole entire face with this powder. I really love this powder to set the face. It looks really skin-like, if that makes sense. It looks like a powder, but it also looks skin-like, and is not too drying. It does a really good job at subtly setting the makeup. I really love this powder. It's so pretty, and it doesn't flash back on any skin tone, because I tried it on myself, and y'all know I'm brown, you know I'm chocolate. And it didn't flash back on me at all. And I'm not the woman that can take your spot, my love. Alright, now that I'm done setting the whole entire face, I'm taking Caramel Cutie and just bronzing and bringing out the shape of her face with this Morphe M500 brush. I like using this brush to bronze and kind of sculpt out the face because it's a very flimsy brush, but it also has some weight to it. So it puts on the color, but it also doesn't put it on very harshly, if that makes sense. I like to feather on product. I don't want it to look too harsh. This is a wedding. I just like everything to look very flawless, very nice, natural, but glam. Y'all get me? Y'all know. But yeah, I'm just using this brush to bronze, and it looks so good. And then I'm just going to take a smaller Morphe brush and define her nose a little bit more and bring out the shape. I kind of bronze the whole nose and then go back in with a highlighter, define the bridge and the tip of her nose, and that just brings back out the shape of her nose. I just really like the look of a softly bronzed nose. Now I'm just going in with the mineralized skin finish in dark to add a little bit more coverage to the sides of her face, but also deepen up the Caramel Cutie bronzer. I just feel like it needed a little more oomph, so I'm just going to dust some of the mineralized skin finish on her face as well, and also on her jawline and neck. Using that same Morphe M500 brush, I'm going to add some shine and glow to her face. And I'm going to use the Hyper Real Glow Palette from MAC in the color Shimmery Peach to just add like a nice shine to her face. I'm also going to be using this on her brow bone and on her inner corner of her eye to kind of just bring the whole look together. I really like how it ended up looking. I really like this palette on the skin because it doesn't look harsh, it doesn't look too shimmery, it just lays on the skin very nicely, like chef's kiss. It laid on the skin flawlessly. Okay, stop playing with me. Moving back to her eyes, I'm going to smoke out the bottom lash line just to wrap around the color with the Morphe JH40 brush, or is that it might be the Morphe JH42 brush, I'm not sure. Either one of them works. I'm just going to use the saddle to smoke out her bottom lash line, and then I'm also going to add on mascara. I did go in with eyeliner, but I'm not really sure where the footage is for that. I'm not sure if I did it before and I just didn't see it, but I did add black eyeliner to her waterline. And as you guys can see right now, I am applying mascara. I just told her to look up to the right or left. It depends on what eye I'm doing. If I'm doing the right eye, I tell her to look up and to the left. If I'm doing the left eye, I tell my client to look up and to the right, so that they can't really see the mascara wand, because if they're looking at it, they're more prone to start blinking. So just to distract them, I just tell them to look away, if that makes sense. Moving on to the lips, I'm lining her lips with Cork, and then I'm also going to go in with a Nikki lipstick. I really don't remember the color of the lipstick that we used, but I will get it from Chastity and put it down below in the down bar. I'm not sure if it's still available, but if you guys want to know, I'll leave it down there. And then I also topped the lipstick and lip liner with a gloss, a Becca gloss at that, but I don't really remember the name of that either, so check the description box if you guys want to know what combination we put on all of the girls. The first girl that you guys saw me doing is her daughter, and I did the same exact lip combination on her as well. It did look a little different, but I promise y'all it's the same exact color. I did not change anything, and I'm telling y'all this because I don't know where the lip part of this video is. I'm not sure if it got cut out. I'm not sure if I just didn't record it, but yeah, it got lost. Now I'm just going back in to clean up because I did get a little bit of mascara on her inner corner, and then I'm also separating her bottom lashes because I didn't like how it was clumping up, so I just went in and separated them a little bit with the spoolie. And I'm just going back in with the Hyper Real Glow Palette to highlight her inner corners, her nose, and then her brow bone. And I'm also not too sure if I used a blush on her. If I did use a blush on her, it was very light, and it was probably Desert Rose from MAC or a shade from the e.l.f. blush palette. And now I'm just gonna go in and seal everything in. I'm using the Benai Final Seal Spray, and I always warn my clients that this is a very aggressive spray. So yeah, I'm just setting her face, and as you guys will see, this spray is aggressive. You'll see her reaction at the end, but it seals everything in. This is what I've been using to set my clients currently. This and the Urban Decay De-Slick Spray, and I spray them twice. And then after I'm done literally drowning my clients in setting spray, oh my gosh, I be feeling bad low-key. But I do be warning them. I warn everybody. But anyways, after I go in and spray them and drown them with the setting spray, I go in with a brush and press everything in. And that's basically it. And this is the finished look. It came out so pretty. Literally, she's stunning. And the makeup came out flawless. So yeah, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Together, got the family together, Max Finest, we fired this book. Hold on, Wide loads. Wide loads. My mom be like, you need an assistant. I'm like, Mom, I ain't got money for no assistant.
We entrepreneurs. We trying to do this.
She be looking at me. She was like, you sure don't need no help? I was like, Mom, I got this, Mom.
I'm at least gonna put me on
You should have
the next
vlogged how we got to carry all this.
I did.
Yes.
I did. Hold on.
You should definitely. Tired, man.
We did good though.
We done been up since 4 a.m.
Yes.
Just finished all of our clients. With a party of like 18? We did 19 people.
Give my Crocs.
It is 4:20, and we're about to go to Bahama Breeze, and we're gonna breeze on out our way, and we're gonna have drinks,
Right.
multiples. After the day we done had.
Girl, what if we had like some celebrity thing?
Lord.
That's right.
Oh, we on the 7th floor?
There might not be
Enough room.
no. Yeah.
No, we're gonna squeeze and hit
Squeeze
that.
in, okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, we on this. Okay.
Yep, that's what we get.
Good.
She said go to the right, so we need to follow them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Enjoy the wedding, and that's where y'all going. Thank you. We struggling here.
You might want to go on the other. Yeah. I don't want to hit you with nothing. Thank you.
See the bag ladies? They sound like they having a damn block party.
And then we had our chairs.
Why can't they let us live just like the rest and keep us out of all this crazy madness? Now when they talk, I think it's just a shame that all they do is sit and think my name. When all that I do is make nothing. Sit and think about reservations.
A 2.5 hour wait.
I know you lying. I know you gotta get on the. Shanny, you would not post that.
What?
Not too fucking spin them. Yes.
I'm about to go sit over there with Sugar Daddy over there.
Where you going? Shit, I'm trying to make eye contact.
Alright, you guys, so that is it for this vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed editing it and making it for you guys because it was just very nice to see myself doing makeup because I don't actually always see myself. Not the TV being that loud. Autumn, Junior, close my door.
What is it?
Close my door. That TV is loud. Please excuse everything that's going on in the background right now. Those are clothes that I'm supposed to be doing a haul of. I know I've been talking about this haul for about 3 vlogs now, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I really like the fact that I got to just film myself doing what I do because I don't always see myself do makeup. So it was very insightful to watch. It was very cool to watch. Like, I'm like, wow, this is like, I definitely want to do this again. Of course, it's going to have to be a little more controlled. And of course, y'all know, once I get my vlogging camera, it will probably be a little easier. But yeah, I took the time and I made sure I brought everything to capture what I was doing for you guys. So yeah, I really hope you guys like it. If you guys do have more questions for me when it comes to like makeup and just, I don't know, if you guys have questions in general, you can just ask them down below in the comment section and I'll get back to you. What else? Hopefully I can get up a second video next week, but y'all know how I be trying, y'all. I'm only one woman and I be doing the most already, okay? But yeah, y'all, let me go. Clearly I need to clean up. I have dishes to wash in the sink. I need to go to Target because I don't have no body wash. I'm a whole adult. Like, what's going on right now? Y'all probably see the Target stuff in next week vlog. I just gotta get my life together because I got 2 videos that I need to be filming right now and they're so overdue. Like, this is your job? Wow. You're doing great, sweetie. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys soon.